let's talk about some of the ads. This was pretty funny. The Nation's Natalie Shure and I guess a friend of hers saw Candace Owens tweeting about the Super Bowl halftime show. And I
Natalie's not blocked. I'm blocked by Candace, so I can't see this stuff.
I wasn't on Twitter, but I actually enjoyed it. And I can't say that for most Super Bowl halftime shows.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was just sort of like straightforward. It wasn't like a bunch of like fireworks jumping around.
And it was about the city it was in. I mean, at least, part of it. It was very LA and it was in LA. I think that's cool.
And I'm not in any way like a connoisseur of rap or of any type of like of this music, but these are all sort of major figures that the only thing that I was bummed about was that I really felt like with the set they had, which was impressive, there was two things. One, I thought I was distracted by how it must have felt for the people who were sitting behind them.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, they're not seeing any of this. Like nobody's turning around and even singing to the other side. And I felt bad about that.
I've been to a Super Bowl and like you can't see the I'm in the nosebleeds. Like Madonna was facing the other way on the other side of the field too. She wasn't even, I think, at
I would
the
be
50
bummed
yard
if
line.
I'm first row at the 50-yard line and they're all their backs to me. I'd be bummed about that. But I was like, whatever. Okay, I don't care.
They were probably facing that whole celebrity box was there with Kanye and all those guys.
I was like, but at the end I was like, screw them. They spent, if you got that kind of money to go see the game, like you deal with it.
Right.
But then I thought also that Eminem should have done parkour from in between, like at least moved along.
But why
the floor.
him? Is he physically able? He's older at this point.
Well, everybody was older. I mean, that was the other thing. It's
I don't know if parkour is in his wheelhouse.
I'm not saying he's got to do full-on parkour, but I mean,
someone could have done parkour.
Somebody could have done the sets, but the point is, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
And this was something that apparently I shared with Candace Owens. Do we have this up here?
That's bipartisanship.
Yeah. Candace Owens, this is an excellent Super Bowl halftime performance, undeniable hip hop and R&B excellence, and I was in
it was cool
agreement.
Yeah,
it's
Mary J.
agreeable
Blige.
Sentiment.
And then
but
Robert,
fans
I wonder what she thinks about the knee that Eminem took. But
which I didn't even see, but apparently he had a meeting with NFL executives and they said no, you cannot, and he took a knee anyway.
And the NFL's denying that now. But anyway,
sure.
And so Robert M. R2 Logan 57 on Twitter wrote, worst ever. And like usual, the NFL has to push the diversity crap. But yet there was no diversity.
You mean the NFL where 70 to 75% of its players are black? That's and then they have artists that represents them. And there was also a white rapper too.
Bradley, Google, as we look at this and talk about it, just Google that poll that came out. No, put that back up. But don't do it. Somebody else Google the poll that was taken the other day about the Republicans feeling that the NFL is doing too much for black people. Worst ever. And like usual, the NFL has to push the diversity crap, yet there was no diversity. So in other words,
some viewpoint diversity on the halftime show.
Diversity. What he's complaining is, why were they just pushing the hip hop and the R&B?
Because there was a white rapper, there was Eminem there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's all rap. It's all hip hop and all R&B. Maybe a rock musician and a hip hop artist each, one doing a performance, then let the crowd decide who gets the bigger cheer. So we got to make this a competition.
Why would you make it a competition between rap and rock? First of all, we know who's going to win, and it's not going to be rock. Like we get the who are third eye blind out there. Like no one
that was the big thing that years ago when Billboard charts went computerized. All of a sudden, like within like literally like a day, everybody realized, like, wait a second, Phil Collins isn't the biggest musician in the country. It's R&B and rap and hip hop.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm looking at the Super Bowl halftime performers after Janet Jackson. The whole situation happened. Like the NFL got so freaked out and they only did white rock bands for such a long period. I mean, I'm looking at this. Paul McCartney, the Rolling Stones, Prince, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Bruce Springsteen and the Eat Street Band.
Well, Prince is diverse. Prince is diverse.
I know he's doing rock, but you know.
Yeah, you know. He's doing rock, but he's also diverse.
Right, exactly.
It's been rock and roll for all I can remember.
Yeah, I mean, they sort of got current a little bit more recently, but they were terrified after Nipplegate or whatever. So anyway, this is stupid, but...
Yeah, and so, okay, so then what happens after this? Her fans are mad, but it's not like she's going to... Oh, wait. Ooh. I loved Luke Combs singing country music at halftime during the Thanksgiving Cowboys game. I also happen to love Dre, Mary J., and Kendrick Lamar tonight. I grew up loving both hip-hop and country. Politics doesn't dictate who I am and what I like. And it's apparently she was a little bit concerned that maybe she had let the little too much sunlight into the I showed a little bit too much of myself. I forgot what I'm supposed to, where my bread is buttered. Is that it?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
I want a Super Bowl where it's, like Dr. Dre in one corner, like Megadeth in another corner, and maybe like a folk band and like Lily Allen in the fourth corner.
Well, to be fair,
all playing over each other.
To be fair, I mean, why couldn't they do that thing with like where our Aerosmith did with Run DMC?
That's what that guy wants, right?
Yeah.
That's why
that guy would code that as hip hop. I'm sorry.
No, but that's the one time he's like, I like rap. It's like when I throw my mom under the bus, but my mom once said to me, I like rap. Ed Sheeran raps on that song, and I was like, that guy kind of loves. Yeah, right. Anyway, that's the rap he feels comfortable with.
Yeah. Dave Parrott says, we already had a rock and hip hop halftime show a few years back with Coldplay, Bruno Mars, Beyonce, in which Beyonce totally owned the show. Why can't we have a country and a rap show? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Boy, poor Candace Owens. God. That's the one that God brings up when he shows up. I'm like, Candace, do you remember that tweet? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious. She's going to have to be extra fashy for the next couple of days.
Gotta compensate.
Yep.